All right, let's dive in. Today we're looking at something that's way more than just a news announcement. We're actually unpacking a really smart strategy from a major industry player, and it might just signal a huge shift in how leaders communicate. They're basically trading in those stuffy top-down memos for real, candid conversations. Let's break down their new playbook.
It's a question we all have to ask ourselves, right? No matter what field you're in. When everything's moving a million miles an hour, how do you actually cut through all that noise to find the good stuff? The information you actually need to stay ahead of the curve. It's a huge, huge challenge.
And honestly, there are few markets that move faster or are under more pressure than real estate. It's the perfect example, really. For the professionals out there on the ground, just navigating the day-to-day means trying to keep up with this constant flood of new information, shifting trends, and brand new challenges popping up all the time.
So what's really driving all this change? Well, according to the National Association of Realtors, the industry is smack in the middle of a perfect storm. We're talking three major forces hitting all at once. First, you've got big leadership shifts happening at the very top. Then, you've got this constant wave of tech innovation that's changing the fundamentals of how business gets done. And on top of all that, the legal rules and policies are always shifting. Any one of those would be a big deal, but all three at the same time, that changes everything.
Okay, so in the face of all that complexity, what do you do? Well, one of the biggest organizations in the game is rolling out a very modern solution. And they're not just sending another email blast. No, they are opening up a direct line of communication straight from the C-suite.
And here it is. It's a new podcast they're calling Realtor News Change Agents. And really, what it comes down to is this. It's a tool built to give the association's members real, practical insights that can help them navigate that crazy market we were just talking about.
What I think is so interesting is this quote from NAR's CEO, Nykia Wright. It just gets right to the heart of the whole idea. The big selling point here isn't just information, it's access. The goal is to make members feel like they are literally in the room where the big, important conversations are happening. That is a really powerful concept.
So what does this actually look like? Well, this gives us the whole blueprint. And just look at who's involved. The hosts aren't some junior staff members. It's the CEO herself, Nykia Wright, right there with other top executives. And the guests? They're bringing in other heavy hitters. We're talking brokerage CEOs, tech innovators, you name it. And they're tackling the big ticket items, new trends, big opportunities, major challenges. And it's all laser focused on one thing: helping their members stay competitive.
And this is the really crucial part. This isn't just some random project they decided to try. It's part of a very deliberate, strategic shift. Their chief marketing officer, Bennett Richardson, says they see this as a smarter, more member-focused way to do things. It's a real move away from just pushing information out and toward delivering actual, tangible value.
And of course, they're making it super easy for people to get to. It's on all the big platforms you'd expect: Apple, Spotify, YouTube. And they've got a consistent schedule, dropping new episodes on the first and third Wednesday of every month. Nice and simple.
So yeah, the logistics are simple, but the strategy behind it, that's what's so powerful. And this is where we really got to zoom out. Because what the NAR is building here isn't just a podcast. It's actually a template for a whole new kind of leadership. It's a playbook that could really work in any industry.
Let's really compare the two. The old way of communicating was all about control, right? You had these formal announcements from on high, these dense, super polished reports. This new model, though, it's built on transparency, on conversation. It's about swapping that corporate jargon for stuff people can actually use. Practical, actionable advice. It's a shift from just broadcasting to actually engaging.
At the end of the day, this is the core idea. The new leadership playbook isn't about keeping all the good information at the top. It's about leading by sharing insight generously. It's about trusting your people, your members, with the real context behind the big decisions. And you know what? That takes a certain level of confidence, maybe even a little vulnerability from the people in charge.
Which brings us right to the big final question. This whole approach, direct conversation, real transparency, and truly useful advice, could this be the new playbook for how to lead effectively in any industry? It's definitely something to think about.